your brother Guanathan, alright? First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chahakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, a few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. Alright, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, yesterday, man, I was watching, they came out with a season 2 of the show called Squid Game. Alright, so if you got to watch it, it's basically, for the people who don't know what I'm talking about, the show Squid Game is basically about elites of the world. They take these low-level homeless people that are in debt, and they're basically preying on the weak. They invite them out to this island with an opportunity to win billions of dollars. Okay? And all they got to do is win a couple kids' games. Right? Like red light, green light, they got to win. There's a bunch of them, you know, on this island. And if they win these games, they get an opportunity, you know, to make all that money. Thing about it is, if you lose the game, for instance, the red light, green light game, if you get out, you're not just out. They eliminate the person. They kill them. And, you know, they always put little stuff in these movies because the elites, they do a lot of this. A lot of stuff that they'll put in movies, they do a lot of that shit. There was a movie a while ago, I forget the name of the movie, where they would, these rich people, they would hunt, like regularly, they would find some civilians that didn't have any family or, you know, people they could put on the island, they would go hunt the people. So these elites, they put stuff in movies, man, you know, that they really do. One of the principles of Satanism is when, you know, they feel like to eliminate the judgment to come back on them for the evil that they're doing, that if they tell people what they're doing, then that basically frees them from the bond of reaping what they sowed. That's one of the principles in Satanism. So a lot of times the things that they do, they'll put it in a show, or they might say it in a joking manner, you know, so that people be like, oh, you took them serious when they said we were joking? You know, no, they're doing a lot of the shit that they put in these movies. But so that show Squid Game, what really made it resonate with me this go around is that the guy that won the first season of Squid Game, he escaped. He made it out. He went back because he wanted to try to stop the people. And he's telling all the people in the thing, he's like, hey, they're gonna give us the opportunity to leave before this even gets started. Alright? We don't have to stay here and put for these people's amusement and put our lives on the line. We don't have to, you know, spiritually I was looking at it. It was the prophets telling the people like, hey man, repent, turn back. Right? Repent means to turn back. Turn back from this bullshit before you destroy it. But the guy that was warning all the people that were participating, everybody just laughed. They was like, you telling me they gonna kill us because we lost a little kid's game? Who is this guy? They just kind of mocked him. And that's what it was. That's what the prophets go through on a regular basis. But at the end of the day, we know that 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed. The majority, you know, these other people, these other nations, they're going to be wiped off. It just is what it is. Okay? So I want to read, go to Isaiah 10:1, because majority of the people, they don't realize that they're being preyed on by the elites of this society, that they're being taken advantage of. Alright, this is Isaiah 10:1. This is warned to them that decree unrighteousness. This was going into wicked Israelite rulers, but this is applied to the wicked in our time, right? Isaiah 10:1. Warned to them that decree unrighteous decrees, that write grievousness which they have prescribed, okay? To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that the widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Now, a prime example of how they recently took advantage, you know, of our people in general, was the whole trial in 2020. Mind you, the gates of hell had a TED Talk 10 years before saying that if we could do a really good job with vaccinations, the Maximus, we can get the, you know, the population down. And then he pops up years later, he's an expert on the Maximus. out and they say all these things now. So that's just one example of unrighteous decrees. So that was for some people. A lot of people, they said, you got to take this to keep your job, to be in public spaces. A lot of families are broken up, right? But the root of it is because these people don't have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. They don't consider, okay, keeping his ways. If you don't trust somebody, are you going to adhere to what they say? Are you going to follow their instructions if you don't trust them? And these people, they haven't been given the gift of faith. Because faith is a gift. They haven't been given that gift of faith. So they don't trust in the instruction of the Lord. Thus, they don't have a covering as things begin to come down the pipe. Many things are about to come out. The 9th chapter. And the 9th chapter is going to be judged round about. Because they all partook in the demise of the royal family, which is the family of Israel. Okay? Now this is let's see where I want to start. You get down to verse 11, it starts to talk about the restoration of our people, the restoration of our nation. Alright, so I'm going to go straight to verse 12. Okay? It says, turn you to the stronghold. Okay? And again, most of our people, they don't even know they have a stronghold to turn to. They don't know we have a fortress to run into in the midst of the deterioration of the society. So they don't even know what to fight for. You see, this hope that we have, because we know what's to come, it's the gas in our tanks to keep going. It's the gas in our tanks to be optimistic. Even though we're under the curses, we can still walk proudly and with our heads high because we know what's promised to us. Our people don't know what to fight for. Only thing they can even see, all right, is the destination that this devil makes available for them. And all the destinations that are available for an Israelite in this society all lead to destruction. All of those positions are unfulfilling in the end. Okay? No matter what level of success you reach in the society. Look at Diddy. Look at Jay-Z. Look at Cosby. Look at Michael. Look at all these guys at the end. As their lives are winding down, how they're put to a shame. And all that wealth they accumulated, it doesn't hold weight for their children or grandchildren. There isn't any winning here. Regardless of, if you see a dude with 30 chains on his neck here in the society, there's no wins for an Israelite here. You understand? And you don't really fully get the fullness of that unless you come into this truth. Okay? But you get that word stronghold here in Zechariah, the 9th chapter. It's Zarawan. Okay, and that's Strong's H12.25. And it's basically, it's a fortress. Stronghold, it's a fortress. So we have a fortress that we can turn into to weather the storm of what's getting ready to come down on the society. So how fortunate are we to even know that we have one? Because all of these, even other nations, none of them have a stronghold or a fortress to turn into. We actually have a fortress. This may not be a carnal one, but it's spiritual. It's more potent. It's more powerful than a carnal solution that anybody of these people can have. Esau, those bunkers that he's building, it's not a real fortress. It's not going to deliver them out of the hand of our power. You see? All right, so let's read that again. Zechariah 9 and 11. Oh, so like at 12. It says, turn you at the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. And we're prisoners of hope. We have something to look to. All right, in 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, it talks about what? Both the wicked people and the righteous, they're both going to suffer difficult things in the days to come. But the elect are going to be able to push through and keep going because we know what's in store for us. And the Lord is going to be with those who believe, who have that hope, who have that faith, and protecting them and navigating them during that time. Let me see. I'll go get it really quick. 2nd Ezra 7 and 18, it says, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and that's S-T-R-A-I-T, meaning a pathway of difficulty. Shall suffer straight things in hope for the why. They have that hope. We're prisoners of hope, right? Like we just read in Zechariah 9. it at the end. So they're going to be catching hell and just ready to lay over and roll over. That's why many of them are going to take that mark, because they don't know if I can just get through the adversity, there's something at the end of this that outweighs anything that I could ever ask for even. Right? They don't know that for sure. So because they don't know that, there's no fight in them. There's no spiritual fight in these people. They're just going to lay over and take it. All right? 2 Ezra 7:18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for the wide. They're going to have the fight in them. They're going to be able to fight that good fight of faith. Hope, faith, same thing. They're going to be able to fight that good fight of faith because they know they have an expectation. All right? And hope for the wide, for they that have done wickedly. Now on the other side of the coin, you got this. The people that don't got that's not gonna have the fight in them. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. They don't see it. They don't even understand, they can't comprehend that there's something to even fight for. Alright, so now we go back to Zechariah the 9th chapter, in the 12th verse. Turn you at the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. You know, if you look up that word hope there, it's H8615. It says the expectation. Things hoped for, an outcome we haven't expected in. They don't even know. So destruction is what they're going to reap, because they're not going to fight against the devil. They're not going to fight against the wicked plans that this devil has for them. So they're just going to fall. Alright? And then I also want to look at that word prisoners as well. Prisoners of hope. It says captive. So you've been given this gift of faith. If the Lord put that fight in you, you can't lose if you wanted to. You could try to be a loser. The Lord ain't even going to let it happen. You can't lose. You're ordained to win. Alright? So nurture that gift of faith if it's been given unto you. Alright? Again, Zechariah 9:12 from the top. Turn you at the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. So all the sorrow that we went through, all the struggle that we went through, for all of that heartache that we caught, we're going to see double in reward for it. And everything that you've forsaken, like it says in the book of Matthew, when the disciples asked Yahushua, hey man, we gave up everything. What are we going to receive therefore? He said you should receive 100-fold. So man, what we're going to get, man, we have an expected end. We have an expectation, an outcome. These people, they don't even have that. They don't have no gas in the tank to keep going. When things really get tough, they're not going to have no gas in the tank, but the believers will. Is not that a blessing? And we blessed to have gas in the tank. Alright? Verse 13, it says, when I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as a sword of a mighty man. You know? And it's just going, this verse 13 is basically just going into Israel having spiritual power. And I want to continue to read that, because even in the midst of all the affliction and hell we're going to catch, the Lord's going to lift up a standard. He's going to be a covering unto us. So even though we're going to be having the gas to fight and push, we're not even going to be fighting and pushing by ourselves. We're going to be given another strength that's not even our own to fight and push. A divine strength from on high. So we actually can't lose. As long as you got that gas in your tank. If you have faith and you're acting upon it, you have that faith, that gas in the tank to take the step out the boat. Right? You literally can't lose. That's a beautiful thing to know. And it's a beautiful understanding to have as we get ready to go into this fight. So just a little quick lesson, man, on my way back home from the plantation. Got off early today, man. Why do y'all buy some Yahushua? You know, gonna be out later tonight for camp. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be nice outside tonight. That's good. So Abarat Tazah, man, you know, you got something from this lesson. It's a little snack before we really eat tonight. I want to give our praises once more to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Want to give double honors to apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.